Hey y'all, this is just so you know how to do the career research. So you're going to look up on our classroom this career pathways and choice post, and the this interactive would be really helpful because then you can kind of use some of that earlier research that you've already started. But once you have that, you're going to pick one of those careers that you chose or a different one that you're already aware of and you're already researching. And you're going to jump over to the same site that you took that interest survey on. You're going to use this Explore Careers because we want to get information about the career. You do not want to do this job search tab because that's going to give you actual available jobs that people would apply to get hired. So just make sure that you're doing the Explore Careers when you're typing this. So we're going to just kind of type over here, and you can either leave this blank, and then the information on the page will return national information, or you could type a specific location. So I'm just going to type a specific location just so you can kind of see what additional information you would have. So I'm going to hit search. Okay, and now it's giving me a bunch of choices because when I did teacher, it was very vague. So I'm going to be more specific and say specifically a high school teacher here. And now I've got my occupational profile page where the actual information. So the key things that you need to pay attention, and the project is actually asking you to grab and copy and paste information from, is we're going to scroll down a little bit. Projected employment. So you can literally just kind of cut and paste from this section and maybe do a screenshot. And you can see because I typed in Boston, it can grab state information here and compare that to the national data. Otherwise, if you didn't put that specific location in, it would just return this United States information for your job. The other information that you're going to be grabbing from is this typical wages or typical salary. So you can kind of toggle this view here. If you're not finding this view particularly useful for your eye and for your brain, you can kind of toggle it and maybe look at it in a different way. You can again toggle it and again look at it in a different way. It's all the same information. Know that when you are grabbing your salary information to put into your Google Sheet file, you're going to be grabbing this 10% number. And whether you're grabbing it for a specific area and specific town or the national data or state data, but you're going to be grabbing this 10% number. So for me, because I researched specifically a location, I'd be grabbing this 49,000 number. All right. If you just have national data, then you would be grabbing your national data, and that's okay too. Right. You're not going to be grabbing the median or the high values or any of these other numbers because where you are starting to work, you're probably not going to be in that range. You're probably going to be closer to that 10% range. Okay. Scrolling down a little bit further, you're going to be grabbing this typical education information. So you might have to do a little bit of scaling to get it to fit on your screen. Again, you can just screenshot that. And then a couple other sections here. You're going to be working on this knowledge section here, this skills section, and a little bit further down, this abilities section. So those last three kind of orange brown boxes are what you are then going to compare to your Holland codes and how this job matches those results. So what you see on my sample is I've literally taken screenshots of these and done some highlighting and color coding. You can, of course, sort it in a different way or do that reflection in a different way. It was just the way my brain kind of wrapped my head around it. Okay. The one thing that students sometimes have trouble with, and this often impacts people who are interested in the trades or even the arts, like dance and becoming a photographer and things like that, are these wages that sometimes it's not an annual salary. It's you're giving a wage. I know when I looked up carpenter, let me see if I can do that quick. Oh, why did that do that? There we go. I'm not going to do the city here just so we can kind of do that. Come on. Oh, it's going to require me to do that. Okay, fine. So now when I come down here to salary information, this one did happen to load in an annual kind of a number. But when I come over here to hourly, it might give you like a per hour kind of a rate. So at least in this one, I don't know what if that's true for all of the trades or all of the arts and things like that, whether that will always be true. If that's the case, kind of check in with one of us, and we can kind of help support you make that conversion. All right, that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening.